Wednesday, June 30th, 2021. Do 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 do.
Who's the guy who can conquer death? That's Joe Hills. He plays for Nashville when he plays Minecraft. That's Joe Hills. That's Joe Hills.
Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames. Here comes the legend, the bravest of brave. Fiercer than lions, more southern than you. He's conquered our hearts, and he'll conquer hell too. Joe Hills. I'm headed down to somewhere, got my pickaxe in my hand. Yes, I'm headed down to somewhere, got my pickaxe in my hand. I'm headed down to somewhere, God knows where I am. Who's the guy who conquers death? The mister with the whispers when Mumbo forgets. After introducing Pearl and Gem to say we're settling a continent. Shoulder to shoulder, surrounded by water, beyond which reset risk you face if you wanna. We live close, we build close, we speak in proximity. Season 8's here today, still in its infancy. Mumbo is saying go, everyone's cheering. Suddenly scattering, always unfearing. Though it passed by without Mumbo mentioning, there's a crew, you know who to keep you adventuring. Asuma securing villagers, Pearl on fine architecture, Joe grabbing supplies, ready to throw at the first fools who die. Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames. The resupply crew will get you going again. The very first to die, B-double-O don't cry. Pops and quite chagrin, takes some apples and he flies. Zombie Cleo's next, needs an axe for the road. Geared up and cheered up, she's off with some lows. Gemini Tay appears slain by Jevin, but B-dubs is back before Joe loads the first chest in. Then Pearl's killed by Cleo, who Joe had armed previously. Then Cleo's dead too, per Isco mischievously. Impulse SV got blown up by a creeper. Says he won't be back, but how can he be sure? Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames. The resupply crew will get you going again. The resupply crew. Asuma laddering a mine shaft. The resupply crew. Pearl egging a shell. The resupply crew. Joe lavaing a portal. Yo, you're immortal, here's a doorway to hell.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy?
Who's the guy who struck his first die encircled suddenly by 3 of his friends? Tango, Corrales, and B-double-O, all armed and armored to shake down Joe. Threats bacon triplicate fully surrounded. Joe took to the sky with cobble unbounded. Lava to dump on the brigands below, or on himself. Misdirection, let's go! Heading down to somewhere with coordinates in hand. Bridging and a tunneling connecting flower forest land. Cleo is away, so Joe leaves her a saddle. He hopes as he does she won't use it for battle. Returning to world spawn and lighting his tunnel, he keeps striking lava and dies a whole bundle. And droughts hunting squids, though he tried his best. But no worries, back at world spawn there's a resupply chest. Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames. The resupply crew will get you going again. One chest becomes 4, labeled in stock. The shell thickens yet with smooth sandstone block. Bushes are placed, ravines are filled in. Also the hermits can keep adventuring. If dying is losing, then living is winning. Episode's done, but the show's just beginning. Pick up some tools, some potatoes and steak, and show them you're real, give them season 8. With a green glass screen, placing blocks per hand, it's the hills extreme. Have you ever seen a yo's expand? Grown and shown up with your demands, yeah. Everybody subscribe, Sean Hills is here to promote his bro live. Placing blocks all over the place, all powered by a bigot with jump boost and haste. Brother, I'll watch him let's play and debate with Joe, all the views I'll say it. Binge watch, Hermitcraft, binge watch, Hermitcraft, binge watch, Hermitcraft. Joe, go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Stream it, fill in your gaps, check live feeds and load up Hermitcraft. Watch it on any size screen, back it up to clone redstone machines just building. With dry concrete powder, wetting it down for a much smoother towel. Cause on this tube there's only one server, the whitelist is closed so don't inquire further. Neighboring players compete on their stores. Hermitcrafters you love with improv rapport, you just binge watch, Hermitcraft, binge watch, Hermitcraft, binge watch, Hermitcraft. Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Joe. Viewers, you better click subscribe because today we're building that hype. Comment, your praises don't fail. Sean Hills on a roll with Hermitcraft details. Singing out loud the way it should be sung with the Nashville sound that you like for fun. You know it's live now like a Hermitcrafter. Read the description, tweet about it after. The hour of the Hermit is nigh. Churning out videos y'all will like. Binge watch, Hermitcraft. Binge watch, Hermitcraft. Binge watch, Hermitcraft. Joe. Go binge watch, 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 Joe. Binge watch, Hermitcraft. Binge watch, Hermitcraft. Binge watch, Hermitcraft. Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Think about a time long past, long before all this. The summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing strong. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Thank goodness, how'd it get so late? Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and dream. Just let your mind float downstream. Sprawled out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. The city is bright, but the stars keep growing dimmer. The dishwasher runs, you find forks from dinner. Killing lights, charging phones, setting alarms to make their tone. Winding down, closing blinds, the rest for tomorrow when there's time. Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and dream. Just let your mind float downstream. Sprawled out in the moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and dream.
Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And tonight, y'all are my live streaming audience. We are about to do Geminate's parkour course. It is under her base in this lake here. This is going to be a little bit of a short stream. I had some work that I was supposed to do yesterday night that I need to knock out by the end of the month. And instead of knocking that out, I focused on editing my latest video to get that out for you this morning. Anybody here watch the latest video? On a scale of like 1 to 5, how noticeable did you think the editing was? I spent 13 hours editing that video. Normally I would spend like 6. So 5 would be like it was really noticeable. You were like, oh, Joe put extra effort into this. Or 1 would be like, you know, even if you liked it, you could say, oh, I didn't notice the editing at all, right? This is not how much did you like the video, but like, what did it feel like work went into it? Okay. That's a little... Yeah, on today's video, episode 3. John says it was in the middle. That's okay. See, that's the thing, though, is like, not everything I do is going to catch everybody's attention. Okay. Daniel says the wavy transition was good. Thank you. Rebecca says, I love the location indicator in the corner. Thank you. Yeah. The editing felt smoother. Yeah, I tried to do some stuff with replay mod in there and kind of, you know, just do things like that shot with going to Corrales' house, the memory part to get to Scar animate Barrel liked. Devin Crotty's, well, no spoilers, but like, there were a lot of times where I was like, oh, a little time lapse here would be good, or a establishing shot of the building I'm in, or stuff like that. People like the mini-map. Yeah, the way I actually make that mini-map is I have a PNG file that's the map, and I kind of like, I use keyframes to basically drag it around in Final Cut Pro and move it. Yeah, the location tracker is funny in the Nether. Yeah, I did something different with that in the end, too, because I wanted the end and the Nether to feel a little different. Noah Strunen says, can Joe say trans right on the last day of Pride Month? I, want to demonstrate respect for folks everywhere, all year round. You know what? Trans rights isn't something that ends on June 30th. Trans rights are human rights, and human rights are inalienable. They don't go away. They're not, oh, you blew out the birthday candles and or whatever. Year round, all the time. Treat people with respect. And, we need to accept that, the world is better because not everybody is the same. Okay. Let's see. But back to the episode talk here real quick. Please don't yell in all caps. Even if you're saying something I agree with, the rules are don't yell in all caps. Don't do that. Okay. Because then we're going to get everybody yelling in all caps. And then I can't read the chat. The thing is, because I'm the only mod, and because I'm asking questions where I'm trying to read what the chat says, I need to be able to read the chat. And when there's too many caps, my brain can't process the text quickly enough. That is just accommodating there being one guy reading this thing. Okay. So, let's see. Okay. What do I use to edit Final Cut Pro? Let's see. Consider using one of the mini-map mods while replaying from replay mod to orient the map with the camera. No, the thing is, I'm currently... I like the way I'm doing the map right now because I have total artistic control over it, and I can do goofy stuff with it. I can completely control where those lines are. I'm actually hand typing the text that shows up in the upper left corner. It's Key Blue says you might want to get more mods. I have what I can afford. But yeah. The thing is that, like, okay, the guy who says stop yelling in all caps, that's just a ban. Like, if I just told people not to yell in all caps, and then you're yelling in all caps, well, to stop, like, I just don't have time for that level of meta humor. But yeah, no, I believe in paying people a living wage, so I only bring mods on for nights where I know we're going to have a big audience, like for Hermitcraft stream days and stuff. What's up with the green hair? Oh, I can chroma key it, which you can't see right now. Anyway, we're actually about to start recording what might be a separate episode. I'm not sure if this is going to be episode 5 or... Okay. Yeah, now somebody else is yelling in all caps. Yep, that's a ban. Nine Sprite says you pay your mods. Yes, this is a business. It's a business where I'm a self-employed artist. But like, if I was a glass maker and I had somebody come in and help me make the glass, just because I'm an artist doesn't mean that those people don't get paid, right? You know? So I try to do my work myself, but when I can't, I delegate it to folks that I contract with. So, okay. Let's see. I do read the chat, Unknown. Do I mean to have the Clash of the Creators Twitch ad on up still? Not really, but I don't really... The thing is, I don't really like using the Twitch website. And so, like, I just don't, for the most part. Let's see, how do I do that? Twitch.tv/something. Mute site. Yeah, I guess I have to go to... Because, like, I do all my stuff through a restreaming thing, so... What would this even be under? Settings, I guess. Stream, maybe? Extensions, here it is. Can we deactivate that? Deactivate. No. Okay, yeah, I turned it off. Do I think about structuring episodes as you're building them as you go? Yes. So what I do is I think about, like, okay, so I know one of my upcoming episodes, I'm going to tour the server and see everybody's starter houses and get ideas to build my own, because I'm kind of behind on that. And that has to be its own episode, because if I visit 20 houses at 1 minute each, I need to have time to build my house too, right? And that's a 25, 30-minute video at the end. So today I just went end busting with Jevin and Cleo. And I think that'll either be its own video, or if the footage is, like, a lot of it was just us running through the nether, or not nether, the end, trying to get to the end fortresses or whatever. So if there's enough footage in that that's funny, I'll keep it all, and it'll be its own video. And then this parkour thing will either be its own video or added onto that. Okay, tips are starting to roll in. I need to really start acknowledging them. Thank you, Ian, for the first $1 tip of the stream. Also, LoveQuest rolling in and tipping 60. Thank you for supporting the arts and my show in particular, LoveQuest, who says, I never donated to you before, so here is a big donation for all the time you have entertained me. Well, I'm glad to entertain you, and thank you for helping me keep the show running. If you've never seen a Joe Hill stream before, please direct your attention down here to slot 8, because I'm about to say, howdy y'all, Grow Hills here, expanding as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Dee-da-dee-da-dee, but I'm not just going to say that, because we have 3 face camera expansions to process. So here we go. It's time to expand. Well, part of that shelf is in shot. That's not supposed to happen. Oh, well. And then, whoops, actually, that was supposed to be about there. Yeah. And then for the third one, Grow Hills. La-da-da-da. There, that's the size we were supposed to end up at. So thank you very much, LoveQuest, for that. Also, thank you for the 25... Okay, so that's going to put us 6 past our next face camera expansion milestone. To Emily, who say, Joe, my whole family has really enjoyed HC over season 7 and now 8. Appreciate your hard work, positive attitude, and all the joy you bring to the world. I do my best. It's a rough world out there, and it helps me stay motivated and energetic knowing that I am helping others. So thank you for the kind words, and thank you for supporting the show. Like I said, that puts us 6 past our next face camera expansion milestone. So here we go. It's time to Grow Hills. Okay, we got to get on this parkour. Jory H, tipping 5, who says, here's another thanks for supporting artist message. Well, thank you, Jory H, for supporting artists. That is going to put us 9 away from the next face camera expansion. Mother of Corgis, whoo, rolling in with 50. Boom, 9, 29, 49, and 1 past. So that's 3 face camera expansions we got to process immediately. Mother of Corgi says, thank you for using your platform and voice to advocate for others. You are appreciated more than you know. I hope so. Here we go. It's time to expand Joe. Do. Oh, wait. You know what I was supposed to say was... Oh, because this is the 5th one. I was supposed to say, these chains that I've forged in life are pulling me down to the deep below. Enter the Joust. Ba 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 ba. That's right. At this point, each face camera expansion will be accompanied by a corresponding reduction in Joe-pacity. So here we go. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Bruno tips 5 says, Joe, are you excited for Hightail? I don't really know what it is. But that's fine, I don't need to know. Don't sell it to me now. I don't need advertisements. That puts us... But wait, we still have 2 more of Mother Corgis to process. So here we go. Grow Hills. Do-do-do-do. Lowering that opacity now to 80%. And then expand. Oh, you know why the chat is bad tonight? Because I had it on top chat. So the spammers weren't... the spammers weren't getting seen. DeathTube, don't repeat yourself. If you repeat yourself, that's spamming. So, okay, that lowers our opacity to 80%. And then expand just do-do-do-do. Lowering that down now to 70%. Thank you very much. That puts us 16 away from the next face camera expansion. Okay, so if you've never seen a Joe Hill stream before, when we do the recording segments, I have to take the chains off because they'll make noise. But we also turn off the face camera, so we're going to do a safety intro here. I don't know if I need an intro here or not, but this might go at the end of episode 4. This might go at the beginning of episode 5, or it might end up in the middle of episode 6. We don't know. We don't know. So here we are. Let's go ahead and be stand-in here. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Today, we are visiting Gemini Tay's new parkour course. It's behind me. I haven't really looked at it yet. Cub Fan says it might not be as challenging as his, and it's definitely a lot shorter. So let's see if those skills that I picked up learning from Cub in Season 7 are going to be applicable here today. I sure hope so. Now, Gem did say that donations are welcome from people who compete. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to leave 3 golden apples here as a courtesy to Gem for putting this together. Start on the parkour drip leaf. Checkpoint in the middle. I've never used a parkour drip leaf before. Wait, what is this down here? This might be just a building chest. So, start on the parkour drip leaf. Is this the parkour drip leaf? Oh, okay. So this is my first time ever jumping on a drip leaf. That is it. Okay, wow. That's something. So I got to plan my jumps in advance and kind of be more free-flowing with this than I might have been otherwise. Okay. Okay. Made it a little further this time. Now, I got to keep in mind... Now, normally in a parkour course, there'd be like things like this that are part of the course to jump on or climb with. I'm guessing like the water pillar and the ladder there, these are all decorative. Maybe this didn't even grow this much until now. Maybe when Tay left, it was like way up there. So it's a little distracting, and I'm going to try not to accidentally grab it on my way. Ooh, that is not a long jump, or a long opportunity to jump. So that's not great. But I think what I'm supposed to do... So what is this one for? Is this one purely decorative? Or are you supposed to use this one to get to the water and then jump on that? Because, like, part of me is just like, okay, if I jump onto there and then jump onto there and then jump onto here, I could maybe get to that. But, like, I think falling in the water means reset. It doesn't mean pillar all the way up here and then jump down onto that one. Yeah, that wouldn't have been fair. So we're not going to do that. But honestly, I'm going to get like 800 comments about it if I don't at least like show that I'm intentionally not doing it. So, you know, that's the thing there. Okay. So, we're going to do this one to that one. And then I guess we have to go to there. That feels like a hard jump though. I overshot it even. Am I supposed to aim for the ladder on the left? Where's the ladder on the left? I think that that's just part of the decor. Yeah. Okay. So, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4, that's pretty good. It feels like you actually have to stop on these. I was hoping that you could get a good flow, but it looks like you need to stop and go, which is harder in some ways for me, because You know, I might be able to just jump over this first one straight onto the second one. Let me try that real quick. Because this is... I really feel like this maybe didn't intentionally grow this low. I feel like this is an unintentional obstacle. Here. Whoops. Wasn't running. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and just... Okay, yeah. So people being rude, I'm probably not going to ban you, or I'm probably not going to time you out. I'm going to ban you because I don't have time to manage both this and that. So I don't have time to see if you'll have learned your lesson in 5 to 10 minutes. If you're being rude, you're gone. I am video record mode. I am seeing the comments because I'm still moderating the chat, Fash. Parkour warrior. Parkourier. Nope. Yeah, encouraging people to spam is the sort of thing that would get you timed out normally. If you tell people to spam something, you're going to get banned today. So I am trying to do this. Okay. Yeah, I really feel like maybe I should just vault over the first one. Okay. Yeah, drip leaf seems to dump you really fast. Yeah, this is Gemini Tay's course. And Gem is great. Whoops. That vine there is just really messing me up. So, assuming that I make this jump, do I even know where I'm going next? Is it to here? Let's go ahead and look at the course. So, there to there to there. If you get to the middle, that's a checkpoint. So, let's go ahead and look at this from above real quick. I hope there's string on these to stop creepers from spawning, because I don't want a creeper to just get me. There might not be string on these. This might be very dangerous. Okay. So... dang it. Okay, there's nowhere good to stand up there and really plot my course. Here, why don't we ender pearl up to here and take a look? Because we'll fall. It's okay. I'm more annoyed that I'm bad at looking at the parkour than I am at being bad at the parkour. Okay, don't spam. Okay. Yeah, those do the drip leaves grow? I think with bone meal, just not over time. So the parkour course shouldn't be changing. But I really feel like this isn't supposed to be here. I'm just going to take a quick screenshot. And post it here. Is this first glow leaf vine part of the course or decor that grew after you left? Can I prune it? Should I use it? Can I prune it? Okay. I'm not going to tag her with that, because if she's busy, she's not going to see it. Or I don't want her to interrupt what she's doing instead of... Okay, yeah, so that I feel like that's definitely the jump there. This is very fun and very well done. Okay. Yeah, see, that's the thing, though, is Jem presumably worked very hard on this, and I don't want to take it for granted that just because this is strange, like, maybe this is intentionally this long, for maybe it's supposed to mess up your first jump. Because, like, the angle that I want to take is through there, and if I'm holding jump, it's going to cause me some trouble. So... Okay. I feel like this is, it feels good. Should it stay or should I prune it? Do no 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 no. Does anyone know cool stuff to do in Boston? PAX East? That's most of the cool stuff I've done in Boston. Hey, doing well, Intrepid, Mr. Rico. Face camera's off while we're doing the parkour. Because I don't know which take is going to be the one where we get it. I heard the secret to this course is to keep moving. Okay. One. Dang it. If I hang out on the leaf, I lose my running momentum is the problem. If they fall too slowly for me to double tap W again. Oh, this is not my base. This is Gemini Tay's parkour course underneath her base. It's awesome, though. Gem is great. Divine Essence says, try singing a song while parkouring. It helps me. Yeah, that's true. Okay. I am the very model of a singularitarian. Nope. I'm combination transhuman, immortalist extropian. Nope. Wait, was that because I got near it? Why did it trip down? Aggressively, I'm changing all my body's biochemistry. That was 3. Because my body's heritage is obsolete genetically. Replacing all these cells each month this year just temporarily. The patterns of my brain and body's where there's continuity. Okay. That's the song is I am the very model of a singularitarian. I am the very model of a singularitarian. I'm combination transhuman, immortalist extropian. Aggressively, I'm changing all my body's biochemistry. Because my body's heritage is obsolete genetically. Replacing all these cells each month this year just temporarily. The pattern of my brain and body's where there's continuity. I'll try to expand each of the optimal technology. But how will I do that? I'll have to be smarter. Ah, yes. I'll expand my mental faculties by merging with technology. Expand his mental faculties by merging with technology. Expand his mental faculties by merging with technology. Expand his mental faculties by merging with technology. And with this new technology, renewable clean energy. La da 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 da. No, it's I am the very model of a singularitarian. I did not major in biochemistry. You can find the full... I didn't write this song. This is just a song I know. You can find it on YouTube. It's really good. Yeah, Modern Major General gets memed to death and back because it's good. Okay, I'm realizing the camera is off. Y'all can't see the camera at the moment, but it's annoying me that it's off. Okay. Hey, His Greatness, glad you liked the episode. Okay. Yeah, Spore Blossoms, we added a recipe to Hermitcraft. It's drip leaf and, what do you call it? Drip leaf and allium. Oops. The original song is from a musical, but I am the very model of a singularitarian was something that was performed at a convention for fun by a scientist, I think. Modern Major General is the most sarcastic opera solo ever. Very possibly. Spore blossoms could have been called drip leaf, and the tall thing should be called drop leaves. Okay. Dang it. One. Dang it. So the thing about doing parkour is you don't know. You never know when you're doing parkour if any particular attempt is going to be it. Rebecca Jensen says, how do you stay so chill doing parkour? I'm always infuriated by them. Well, that's why I labeled it a 1 hour chill stream, because I'm like, well, we'll just play parkour for like an hour. And then I'll chill. Can I skip the one that's giving you a problem and go to the next leaf? Yeah, see, that's the thing, is I wonder if this vine is here to force me to not just jump straight to that one. Because I really feel like just doing that might be better. I do use the sprint key. It's W. Do I intend to make my base underground? No. The thing is, I did want to do something underground because it's the Caves and Cliffs update. So I made my mine shaft really cool in my first episode, or not first episode, third episode, which just went out today. But my plan is I'm going to do an episode about end busting, because Cleo and I knew that we wanted to do an episode on end busting this season. And we were going to do it later in the season, but Jevin is feeling a little bit better. He was in the hospital for a bit, and he's like, I want to go end busting, and I want you guys to go with me. And we're like, oh, awesome. So instead of us just failing on our own, we have somebody who's experienced. We thought like, oh, he's asking us because he knows that we're idiots who know nothing about it and are really looking forward to trying it for the first time, and so he can laugh at us. And he had no idea that we had never done it before. He just thought we would have fun, which we did. We did have fun, but he was just like, wait. So you've never mind busted together before, or end busted together before? No. We have never gone into an end fortress in survival mode before. Either of us. So Jevin got to teach us the fundamentals. Yep. Ukba Kabir says, I'm glad Jevin's better. Now, here's the thing, y'all. Like, I don't want to go into detail about other people's health stuff. He's posted about it on Twitter. I don't know how much of what I know is public and how much of it is in confidence, so I'm going to avoid giving any specifics. But he was hospitalized, and he has a long-term diagnosis now. It's going to be a long road to managing this. And so it's not that he's, like, better, like, oh, hey, it's fixed. It's he knows what caused it, and he's getting treatment, and he's taking active steps to manage it. And he's going to need the community's support in the next few weeks and months, probably, because this is a hard thing to deal with. So yeah. So Jevin is back at work, but he's not healed. And I don't want people to think, because, like, you know, when people have serious medical problems, they don't just go away in a blink, you know. So Jev's second episode has been delayed because he was hospitalized. It'll be out soon, and I hope that y'all all watch it. Leave some nice comments, because yeah, it's rough missing week 2 of Hermitcraft, you know, with the new season. So Cleo and I did our best to help him get back, you know, in the swing of things today. And, you know, the other hermits are going to be doing their best to help too. But yeah. So close that time. So close that time. I feel like we're getting this. See, I'm just not used to the drip leaf, but I'm getting used to it. We're going to get it. So, yeah. Fawn says, I would be annoyed by now in parkour after falling that many times. See, that's the thing, though, is I'm here to do the parkour and have fun. I'd be more annoyed if I wasn't having fun and wasn't doing parkour. I was actually worried. I was worried because I was like, I beat Cub Fans parkour, and it only took me like 8 hours per course. So, you know what? If I get done with this in the first 5 minutes of my stream, I don't even know what we're going to do for the rest of the stream. And then I was like, Because I don't have any projects that are ready to work on yet, and the tours of the people's bases, I need to schedule the collabs when people are free to have me, come by. So this is Gemini Tay's parkour. The reward for completing this parkour is you get some drip leaf. I'm a 2-star hermit. I didn't complete the third parkour. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We are going to try our best here. But I was actually so worried that I would get finished with this in 5 minutes and not have anything else. I was like brainstorming that earlier, and the best I could come up with was I'll get some armor stands for the last bit of the stream and make a statues book and just get like a Cask of Amontillado reference in my mineshaft stairwell and have somebody possibly have like Cleo mortaring me in with brick. And maybe a sign that says, "But Cleo, the Amontillado." Which also, by the way, is my favorite of those Anakin Amidala memes. Is Anakin says, "Here we are in the catacombs," and then Amidala says, "For the Amontillado, right?" And then it zooms in on Anakin's face, and then the last frame is where there would normally be a caption. There's several rows of bricks over Amidala's face. Just like, yeah, that's a good use of everyone's time. I'm happy about that. Almost, we're doing great. Is there an in-universe reason you no longer find diamonds evil? It's a new season. My personal challenges don't persist between seasons. Sell axolotls in a mystery box. Maybe. I'd never really done a pet store, so that could be an interesting thing. But I feel like we're getting persistently further. Okay. Isn't that the telltale heart? No, that's the Cask of Amontillado. The telltale heart is the person kills somebody, puts their heart under the floor, but they can still hear it beating. What's the challenge this season? Those are usually kind of emergent. One challenge I'm kind of trying to give myself, although it's not an in-game challenge, it's an out-of-game challenge, is I'm trying to be more proactive about editing interesting establishing shots into my videos and helping the viewers really understand where on the server things take place. Because so many people downloaded the Season 7 world download and were like, I had no idea this was here. I had no idea that was so close to this. I didn't know this was next to that. And so, like, by putting the maps in the upper left corner and doing stuff like that, I think that's kind of something helpful for the whole audience. And it's been interesting for me. I've been messing around with different editing tools for that. For the labels in particular, I'm thinking right now I'm hand coding those letters so I can put funny jokes and stuff in there. If you didn't catch the one when I went to Scar's area, I'm pretty happy with that one. No face cam today. No, because we're recording this in case I actually go through. If you jump in place, you can change direction easier. Yeah, that might be true. Howdy, Jeff. Okay. Jean says, those shots really helped me locate, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Lag5 says, yeah, your editing is so much better. Thank you. Devin Crotty says, I got lost because I didn't have enough render distance to see the landmarks I was used to looking for. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. I'm not going to reset my sprint. Or I shouldn't, I don't think. Or should I? I don't know. Hey, we got a tip just rolling in. Thank you very much to Demented MK for the 5. That is going on the abacus, even though you can't see it. We're 9 away from the next one. Demented MK says, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for so many streams. Really appreciate having something consistent I can tune into anytime I want. Anytime you want, as long as it's, after 9 o'clock U.S. Central, I guess. But thank you. Quenk says that they laughed at the Scar transition. Thank you. Yeah, I because the problem was I was sitting there and I'm like I kept re-listening to him saying it, and I'm like scrubbing back and forth, and I'm like, is he saying land boat, or is he saying Lambo, like Lamborghini? Which is it? Which is it? And then I like asked my Discord, I was like, does Scar have this written down anywhere? I've been looking in the description of his videos. I haven't seen it on Twitter. What is this? And everybody's like, it could really be either. I think it's Lambo though. And I'm like, okay, we're going to go with Lambo, but we'll work the other spelling in there too. He explains the name in the first episode. Okay. Well, I guess the thing is, when everybody was watching the first episodes this season, they probably were watching 15 episodes that day. So a lot of different people have theories about how to spell it in the chat here. What do I think about Doc's Octospawner? I can't wait until it's open for business, because he let me go over there and stab some spiders, but it's not like adapted for like full all-out mob attacking right now. Whoops. Pete Marincack says, still not caught up with everyone's episode ones. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. I've been trying my best to keep caught up with people better this season. Hikro says, any tips on how to grow a YouTube channel? Well, the thing about my YouTube channel is I had a head start because I was already making a comic that about 2,000 people read every week. And about 200 of those folks came over and would watch every YouTube thing I made. And so before you know it, even though that's only a 10% conversion rate from one product to another, I was able to grow that audience with that head start. So my advice would be just get started on YouTube now. Don't worry too much about getting huge numbers. My numbers now on YouTube are way bigger than my comic ever was. And at the same time, when I started making my comic, YouTube didn't exist yet. There might be something that you're going to be great at that doesn't exist yet. Like YouTube didn't exist 12 years ago or whatever. Not 12. Oh my gosh, time keeps passing. But core concept, like whatever the next thing is, you'll be better set up for it now if you just focus on making your YouTube channel the best you can, having it be fun, having it be something you learn from. And then, you'll already have a little bit of an audience that might be the seed that will grow the thing that ends up being what you really have take off for you. You can't know. You can't know what's going to take off for you. Hey, welcome Charles Viston, but don't repeat messages. Apparently you're repeating messages. So yeah, we're gonna time you out for repeating messages. Okay. Yeah, this is Gems Parkour. Okay. Whoa. Kind of got... I felt like the server gave me a little bit of weird rubber banding there. It's the shoddy carpenter. It's the poor carpenter who blames his shoddy tools. Dang old server. Okay. Well, did it look like lag to y'all too? It felt like lag to me. It felt like it just like decelerated and reaccelerated me briefly. What was my comic? It was called Jack of All Blades. The website for it is down. All my web stuff is kind of down right now, and I haven't had time to work on it because I'm actually supposed to be working on the website for Draw for Charity too, and that's actually higher priority because Draw for Charity is a 48-hour charity stream I'm on the board of that is going to be occurring July 9th through the 11th. We've got a D&D game I'm running on Saturday night, July 10th. So far, I can only confirm 2 of our players. One of them is the... oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his title. One of them is the guy in charge of the charity we're benefiting, Child's Play. And so I feel like his title is... It's executive director. Yeah, it's like... Because there's so many words that can go after that. The executive director of Child's Play is going to be one of the players. And he seems like a really friendly, cool guy. So it's going to be fun to have him at the table, too. So if questions are popping up in chat here and there, like, anytime that I'm like, oh, no, my bookmark fell out with the page of skeletons in my monster manual. Hey, while I look for the page on skeletons, I saw that the chat had a question about Child's Play and the charity, so I can just turf the stream to him while I flip through pages, because that is the worst thing as a dungeon master, is flipping through pages on stream and just telling everybody, guys, just be patient. Hold on, I know the monster entry is in here somewhere. Oh no, wait, where's the map I needed? Oh, I lost that page now. So being able to say, hey, take a minute and talk about the great work Child's Play is doing is going to be a huge relief for me. That's going to let me really focus on just making sure that I'm as entertaining as possible and not getting flustered. So I'm excited to have him and his expertise at the table. I'm also going to have, I think I can announce. So most of the folks have not formally confirmed. Oh, yeah. I can announce Quinn Murphy is going to be at the table. We haven't gotten the sign off to like use his likeness on Twitter yet or whatever. Yeah, I can mention that he's playing. Quinn Murphy is my dungeon master in my weekly Pathfinder game. So, I can also be like, hey, the chat has a question for Quinn real quick while I try to find the right page in this book about what kind of D&D player I am, or that sort of thing. But also Quinn is super inventive. He writes for Pathfinder 2. He's a contractor, not a full-time employee of Paizo, but he does freelance stuff for them. He does his own game design. He's a brilliant game designer and a really fun guy to hang out with. So I'm excited because I get to hang out with him every Tuesday, but I don't get to like share his talents with the world very often. So I'm excited that he's going to be joining us at the table as one of the players. The rest of the players, I've got some emails out and some messages where people are checking their schedules to give final confirmation. But yeah, so that's going to be on Saturday evening, July 10th. So, but anyway, yeah. So my website's down, but the website for the thing I'm planning needs to go up first. So, yeah, priorities. It's like, what's more important, getting my poetry back online or making sure that episode 3 gets out the door? Because episode 3 already took way longer than I wanted it to take. And I'm thrilled with how the editing turned out, but I was just at the point where it's like, this is as far. What time and date for the campaign? Let's see. If I go to my Twitter, I think I've got like this written down. I'm so tired, y'all. I was up super... My Twitter is not working? Is Twitter down for everybody or just me? Weird, my profile page isn't working. But can I go to other people's profile pages? Okay, let's see if I can find the profile page. Or yeah. Okay, so here's the tweet with the information from Draw for Charity. Joe Hills runs Ravenloft 5th edition D&D in Minecraft. We're going to be using my Ravenloft model from Hermitcraft Season 6, Saturday, July 10th, 8 to 11 p.m. Central. So I'm not going to be streaming Minecraft that day. I will. I'm not going to be streaming Hermitcraft that day. Well, technically, it's from an old world download. So I'm going to be streaming Hermitcraft 6 that day. People are saying they can see my profile page. Okay, maybe maybe my browser has an issue. But if I close my browser, it'll lose all the chats, and I don't want to do that. Okay, sorry, live event chat people in Discord. I had checked a different Discord message, and I missed some of that. Yeah, this is Gem's course. Oh, maybe Scar's Growing Trees. That's a good point. The Test D&D game is going to be this Friday, I think. Will the whole game be in the Statue of Hermitcraft? No, it'll be in the Ravenloft model that I built, 1-to-1 scale. It's going to be Pathfinder. It's going to be D&D 5th edition. So the game that I play with Quinn every Tuesday is Pathfinder 2nd edition, but that's because that's what he writes for. Hard Luck. Hard Luck asks, is the party for the D&D game full? The one on Saturday, if everybody that... So I had a bunch of folks that I talked to that I had like months ago that I have tentative interest from, but if all of the people that I ask say yes, then the table is full. I have not watched Critical Role. I'm more of an Acquisitions Incorporated fan. Okay. Don't yell in all caps. That's a timeout. Second says, do you prefer 5e or Pathfinder 2e? I've been considering getting into Pathfinder, but it's been a long time since I played it. You know, honestly, it's all about what the Dungeon Master wants to run. We're playing Pathfinder 2e because that's what our DM wants to do, and none of us have a problem with it. Like, the two systems have some technical differences between them that don't really affect my play style. So in some ways, I'm the worst person to ask because I'm mostly there to just kind of role play. Like, all of my characters are wildly suboptimal in terms of, like, their stats and things. Like, one of my favorite D&D characters I run is a Tabaxi sorcerer who, his backstory is that he used to work doing sentry duty for wagon trains that go inland from the sea delivering fish. And so all of his spells are either good at keeping fish cold or preserved, or like defending wagons. And so it's like, why don't you take this spell? Or why didn't you take this spell? Well, that spell wouldn't really be good for defending wagons, so he wouldn't have already known it. It's like, yeah, but this is a spell every sorcerer takes. It's like, yeah, but like, my guy wouldn't have seen a value to that. Like, it's like, well, you know, you're not just defending wagons anymore, right? Like, you've got, like, you're in a party with people with different skills, and I'm like, and I'm going to rely on them to cover my weaknesses. That's, you know, and I'll hopefully cover theirs. And so it's just like, yeah, that's, so, like, my Pathfinder wizard is not in any way optimized either. The premise of my Pathfinder wizard is that he was a janitor at a wizard school, and he really likes doing things that are not his job. He likes procrastinating. And this is fun for me because I have to do a bunch of stuff all the time, and it would always be nice if I didn't. So it's like I get to roleplay as a character whose whole thing is he learned magic. Like, most wizards have to, you kind of roleplay them as like, oh, they're hardworking and studious. But his whole thing is he really likes goofing off, and the most interesting way to goof off for the last 10 years for him or whatever was like eavesdropping on wizard school chemistry classes, or like reading books in the library when he's supposed to be mopping and stuff. And so the idea is that most of his he's an illusionist school wizard. Most of his spells at first level or whatever, character creation, are all things that would help make things look better than they are, or in some way serve a purpose if you had a job like, hey, I need to go light a bunch of fires in fireplaces, right? So I'm not just role-playing the character. When I'm playing the character, I'm I'm thinking about the character's backstory when I'm picking spells and picking feats. And, you know, sometimes the other players at the table are like, oh, Joe, you're a wizard, you have this, right? And I'm like, no, that didn't make sense for my character. And they're like, really? Almost every wizard ever has taken this feat. And I'm like, yeah, I took this one that lets me, called Hefty Hauler. It lets me carry, like, cauldrons and stuff, or, like, Dutch ovens, heavy things around easier, because I'm a goblin and I'm not very big. It helps me with my bulk carrying skill. And they're just like a wizard doesn't normally take a feat to get better bulk carrying, but I did. And the thing is, occasionally, when we have to, like, move a body somewhere, it's like, oh, we need to move a body. Let's get the wizard, you know. Oh, does he have a spell to move bodies? No, he's just really good at carrying heavy dead weight, you know. But that's fun. That's part of what's fun for me about these games. And so the thing is, the differences between the Pathfinder 2e and the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition system are very like technical, and technical players are going to care deeply about them. But because I'm just like looking for whatever that is the most fun thing for my character to logically be able to do, I'm not gonna worry about that, you know? So, yeah, I'm creating my own character. I'm creating a character that I would have fun playing. Grace Fender says, I feel like the way you play D&D isn't much different from the way you play Minecraft. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true. Second, the person who originally asked about the difference says, the fact that you can do this in Pathfinder and not be punished for it tells me what I want to know. Role-playing is the part that I'm into. So, yeah, a lot of that, too, is going to depend on, like, Pathfinder and D&D have very different setting and campaign books, and I prefer, for the most part, I mean, yeah, I'm running one-shots that are out of books here and there, because I want to learn from other dungeon masters and how they compose their games, but I have the most fun a lot of times when I'm making stuff up as I go myself, and so if you're a DM who makes everything up as they go, it doesn't really matter as much which one you choose. But, like, the source material for adventures and campaigns and stuff is structured a little bit differently between the two in ways that I can't really do justice to describe. I just know it's complicated enough that if I needed to answer that specifically, I would have to go look it up. The Joe Hills difference is the dump stat. Yeah. So, yeah, my goblin, yeah, so his staff is a mop. The other thing is, since he got through wizard school by working at the wizard school and being a janitor, not a student, and basically stealing forbidden knowledge before getting kicked out, like, he, you know, like, some wizards dress like wizards, but he's an illusionist, okay? So he's not going to want to walk into town and be like, I'm an illusionist! Prepare your minds to be deceived! Like, he dresses like a servant, and depending on the situation, just pretends to work for one of the other characters. And, like, he's carrying around a bunch of heavy stuff. He's an unassuming goblin. So, like, you know, the you know, I kind of role play instead of like, oh, I'm the most experienced and wise. I'm the wizard. I'm the leader. You know, my character is always in a situation where, from a roleplay standpoint, I can say, hey, I kind of want to go to the other side of the room, you know, and you know, I've got like a bunch of feats that let me cast spells without it drawing attention, that like hide the vocal or somatic, which is like the movement parts of spells. I've got things that disguise spell effects, so in such a way that like I can basically slouch around and Columbo stuff while the rest of the party is making a lot of noise. And I just kind of look like I'm one of the, like, you know, I'm just some servant trying to stay out of the way. But I don't like introduce myself as a servant because servants don't introduce themselves. You know, I'm just quietly there, biding my time. NJ says, hey, Joe, I know you said this would be a 1 hour stream. Are you extending until you beat the course? I was hoping to at least reach the midway point. And since we played about 8 minutes of music at the beginning of the stream, I'm going to keep going until... I'm going to go for another little bit. But, yeah. Favorite Columbo episode. I'm terrible at picking favorites of anything. Let's see. Yeah. Nobody expects the guy mopping in the background. Yeah. Sacred Seraph says, the more I fall in love in a game, the more technical I get. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I don't min-max. Like, for example, it's like I finally got, like, level 4 magic, and one of the spells I picked was Favorable Review. And everybody's like, are you sure you don't want this, like, incredibly powerful damage spell? And I'm like, but this spell... Like, I'm not normally a big fan of mind control spells. I don't like taking those in general. But Favorable Review is a funny one because basically, if someone tries to say something bad about your performance, they can't. And like, it comes out as a glowing review. And I'm like, if I ever have to pretend like as part of an illusion that I'm a dancer or whatever, I'm going to do terrible on my actual performance roll because I'm not a performer in that way. But I've got a spell that will mean that the people in the crowd will have to tell everybody that I did a great job for the next 2 weeks. And that they cannot write or speak ill of my performance, which is a highly situational spell. It might not come up for 2 years, but you know what? We've been playing this game for a couple years now, and I'll be glad I have it when it does matter, right? So, but there are occasionally situations in battle where I'm, where I am just like, oh, you know, it would be nice to have a spell where we roll a lot of dice now, but you know, I mean, there's like one of the other people on the team is a ludicrously overpowered min-maxed monk, and a competent monk can move very quickly and do enough damage for like 3 players if you really go in there and optimize it. So, you know, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I look at both chats. I'm pretty sure that it evens out. Like, I feel less bad for our DM every time the monk does something ludicrous when I'm just over there going, you know, doing something silly. Do I occasionally technobabble my way out of situations when I play? No, because the thing is that my wizard isn't trying to impress people with his magical knowledge, but actually he's like used to working with other people. That was the furthest we got. I think I should have stopped on this one. He's used to working with people who are not scholars. Because, like, while he was in school, he wasn't surrounded by other students. He was surrounded by other janitors and cooks and servants, right? So, his thing is that he tries to come up with analogies. So whenever the dungeon master gives me something where it's like, give me an arcana check. And I roll something ludicrous because I have a really good arcana. Like, okay, here's a 36. And the DM would be like, okay, so you understand that the magical energy in this area is doing this. And then I would go, you know, and I'd go, okay, well, I want to relay that to the rest of the party. So I'm going to say, okay, imagine you have a barrel and you coated the inside of it with something sticky, like tar for waterproofing it. But then, you know, something, and then, you know, just kind of keep like, it's hard to do without like an exact prompt because I'm used to bouncing off other people. But yeah, so it's not that I try to give silly technobabble, it's that I try to give silly analogies, you know. And then you light that barrel on fire by accident. So you throw it off a waterfall. At the same time that people are doing a contest where they go over waterfalls in barrels to show off how tough they are. So I don't even know. Why did Jem join Hermitcraft? Because she was invited? That's why I joined Hermitcraft. This is Jem's parkour course, yeah. Everyone can play different classes the way they want to. The reason that there are certain stereotypes for bard or barbarian or whatever is because people who have certain personalities tend to gravitate toward those classes. So because playing as a wizard requires a lot of preparation, I normally wouldn't play as a wizard. But in fact, that's one of the only classes I had never played in the original D&D. So when Pathfinder came out, I was like, I want to play a class I've never played before and a species I've never played before. So I played as a goblin wizard because I didn't want to be just like, oh, I was a, you know, I was an elf, whatever, in this game, or you know, I'll just do that again in Pathfinder to see the differences. I was like, no, I want to start fresh. Am I only going to do this parkour today? No, I'm going to talk to y'all too. So, what keyboard switches do I have? I don't know. They came in the box. I don't think Jem thought Hermitcraft was a scam. But yeah, those classes are portrayed that way in books because it's kind of a feedback loop. But Wizard is traditionally a class played by people who really, really like over-preparedness. Because it gives you a lot of between-session strategizing, where you think about what spells you're going to pick or whatever. And I don't have that personality, and so I'm gonna play a wizard a lot different from a lot of people, you know. Mindful of Me says, if you're gonna create an archaeologist in a D&D setting, what class would you start with? I think we had an archaeologist class in Pitfalls and Penguins. We called it the cataloger, but it's explicitly like somebody who hunts for and what do you call it? Makes inertializes, deactivates, somebody who hunts for magical objects. So, and it was kind of a combination of oh, hey, you're not supposed to be down here. Oh, I really don't want to break that. If I mess this up and hit the drip leaf, that's no good. But you can learn more about it in the Pitfalls and Penguins PDF. It's a free download from Gumroad. I think it's gum.co/penguins. I haven't thought about that class in a long time, though. Nope, it looks like Gumroad sold gum.co. Wait, no. Did they? Okay, yeah. Here it is. Have I ever thought of streaming a game like D&D? Yeah, I'm doing that next Friday and the Saturday after. And I've done that in the past, too. For like a year and a half, actually for several years, I streamed myself and my friends writing, playing, and laying out in Adobe InDesign a role-playing game book called Pitfalls and Penguins. And the cataloger class is in there. So if you want to see how we approached archaeology in a setting like this, because the thing is, we kind of split Rogue in two. So we have the like femme fatale James Bond spy Rogue, and then we have the trap master archaeologist cataloger, right? Who like knows how to like go through a mummy's tomb, right? Because having we found because our game was optimized around roleplay comedy, and we found that giving all the trap stuff to the spy made sense in some ways but not in others, and yeah. Beyond D&D, what other variety streams do I do? I don't variety stream, really. I usually pick individual things. Like, sometimes I do pinball, sometimes I do Spelunky. But I don't normally do, like, pinball then Spelunky. Sometimes I mix pinball in with my Minecraft streams when, like, what is it called is rendering? Oh, no, what is it called? Replay mod. I am... Okay. The point of a chill stream is that I'm talking to you, yeah. I read the comments, but I don't like respond to every single one because there's a lot going on. Boom 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 boom. Dun 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 dun. Ah, that was so close. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm going to come back to this. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Like I said, I have a bunch of stuff that I'm behind on because I prioritized getting episode 3 out last night. So I got to catch up on all my end of the month work. Hey, we just got 3 Pitfalls and Penguins downloads. Awesome. I am glad you found that interesting. I hope you enjoy it. Laying out a 250-something page book takes a lot of energy. So it's nice that people care enough to go look at it. Even if you don't play it, just take a look, flip through. There's some good comics in there my friends and I made with some good jokes. But yeah, let me go ahead and see what is going on here. What do I have this song stuck in my head from? I don't even know. Oh, it's Mandalorian, because I was playing Mandalorian Pinball the other week. That's why. Okay, so, let's see. It looks like there's no other hermits streaming. We're going to go ahead and read Pez Johnson, who is playing Pinball Mania. Pez Johnson is a really cool fella. I've been really benefiting from his streams. He's the one that hooked me up with info about the Pindigo app, which lets you track your pinball scores. This is not an ad. I'm not getting paid for this, but I am tracking my pinball scores on it. Thank you, Ro Ivan, for that. But yeah, so if you play pinball competitively and you want to compete with me on scores, get Pindigo, search for Joe Hills. There's a picture of me in my Beetlejuice suit. That is actually me. I can confirm it. But anyway, I owe Pez for telling me about that, because he really improved. Because me and my friends who play pinball in different cities, we can now compete with our scores, and I'm super hype about it. So yeah, let's go ahead and say howdy, y'all. Joe Hills raid here to Pez Johnson. I posted the link in both places. Alrighty. Well, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills in Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.